Hey guys, so I'm making this video to help you with dimensional analysis. I realize you've probably seen this video in this worksheet in Canvas, and you're probably like, what the heck do I even do? So this is going to be our tutorial. The first thing I'm going to go ahead and tell you to do is please calm down. This is not as hard as we think it is, and I think it's just such a new concept. So we're going to take it pretty slow, and we've been taking it slow in class. On Friday, we went over this worksheet and we didn't even finish. There's a back side. We didn't even finish going over it, and the class said that they felt okay about it, but they still want more practice. So we're going to continue to practice. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is my plan. So please, at any point, if you're like, I don't understand this, just give me like an email, send me an email and let me know, and I can definitely slow things down. The first thing I want to point out is that dimensional analysis is using conversion factors. So these are our conversions, all of these. So 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters, 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. And you're going to use all of these in this worksheet at some point. There are some conversions that are not on here, so I want to make sure you add those on here. Please go ahead and put that 3 feet equals 1 yard. 12 inches equals 1 foot. Some people think that's common knowledge and then some don't, so I wanted to make sure that was added on there. We're going to go ahead and start with numbers 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to go through these. For the sake of hopefully convenience and just hopefully understanding, I am going to be using different colors, and I'm holding my phone, so if I have to put it down for a second, just bear with me, please. So again, dimensional analysis is just converting from one unit. So in this case, we're going to convert from grams into pounds. So I'm going my unit from grams to pounds. Now this would be really easy if everything equaled 1 to 1. So if I said 1 gram equals 1 pound, that would be great. But unfortunately, in the world of units, every unit has a different distinction, a different value to it. So we need to have some conversion factors. If I look at my table, I see here that 1 pound equals 454 grams. So I can use this conversion to go from 3,598 grams into pounds. So how we set this up? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take what you know, 3,598 grams, and I'm going to make it over 1. You don't have to do this. You don't have to set it over 1. I do that so that everything is in fraction form, and it's just a little easier for me to recognize numerator from denominator. Quick reminder, the top is always the numerator, the bottom is always the denominator. And that's important because as we cancel out units, if something is in the numerator that shouldn't be, it's not going to cancel. So that's like me saying 3 divided by 3. That equals 1. In the world of dimensional analysis, whenever we have two likes above each other, they are known as canceling out. So whenever anything is multiplied by 1 or divided by 1, it's itself. So when we cancel, we're just saying we no longer have that. So 3,598 grams over 1. In order to cancel that, I need to put something at the bottom of the next set. So I'm going to put this in a fraction form, and then I'm going to create a new fraction to show that I'm going to cancel that gram. So if this is in the numerator, the next set should have it in the denominator. Another big tip, everything at the top, the very last set of problems that you end with, the top should have the unit you want to go to. So I want to go to pound, so this top one should have the pound in it. Okay, so now I'm going to use my conversion factor of every 1 pound equals 454 grams. So this is the conversion that I got from right here. These two things are saying the exact same thing. The exact same thing. This is just in fraction form. This is just in equals form. So now if my grams, one's at the top here, one's at the bottom here, they cancel. Only the unit cancels, not the number, just the unit. So now that's like me saying 3,598 divided by 454. And when I do the math, I get 7.93 pounds. So what I'm saying is, for every 3,598 grams I have 7.93 pounds. Very different units, One is much smaller than the other, but still we're showing the same value. That's what I would consider an easy conversion problem. I'm going to go ahead and skip over to number 4, just because I want to make sure that you are okay. Now, how many nanograms are there in 5.27 times 10 to the minus 3 kilograms? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at this 5.27 times 10 to the minus 13 and think, nope, I'm done. That's ridiculous. I don't even know how to do that. I just want you to think of that like any other number. There's nothing crazy about it. It's just like this number here. It's just written in scientific notation. That's it. So there's nothing special. Your scientific calculator will be able to handle it. So we start with what we know. And what we know is we have 5.27 times 10 to the negative 13 kilograms. So I'm going to write that. And I'm going to set it over 1. Remember, kilograms here. Now, in your conversion tables in your notebook that I gave you like last week sometime, you'll see that there's a conversion from kilogram to gram, and then you'll go from gram to nanogram. You'll need to use that table in order to find these conversion tables. I did not include our metric conversions in this table. So you'll need to use that metric table in order to determine those numbers. So let's go ahead and cancel out. Before I go on, this is not a one-step problem. I'm not just going to be able to go from kilograms straight into nanograms. I mean, you can, but it does take extra practice. And for right now, I'm going to make sure that we are all following along. So for my steps, I'm going to go from kilogram to gram to nanogram. Those are the steps I'm following. That means I need to cancel out kilogram to get to gram. And then I need to cancel out gram to get to nanogram. So let's try that now. I'm going to use different colors to show which units I'm canceling. So over here, if I'm going from kilogram to gram, I need to find that conversion factor. And the conversion factor for that is for every 1,000 grams, I have 1 kilogram. That's my conversion factor that I found on my metric table. And again, I'm using colors to distinct what I'm actually canceling out. So if I typed in my calculator 5.27 times 10 to the negative 13, it would pop up with that number, and then I could just multiply that by 1,000. I don't want you to do the math yet. I will show you how to do the math here in a second. But I want to just make sure that you know I'm not getting rid of the numbers. I'm just canceling out this kilogram and this kilogram. All right, now the next thing, let's go from, so if I canceled out kilograms, I'm gonna go into grams, or I'm in grams. So now from grams, I wanna go to my nanogram. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put my gram at the bottom here, because it's at the top here. So remember, when something's at the top and something's at the bottom and they're the same, they cancel out. So I know I need to cancel this out. This nanogram here is the ending unit I want to end with, so I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. And then I need my conversion factor. So I would go to my table. My table tells me that for every 1 nanogram I have 10 to the negative 9 grams. So 10 to the negative 9 power grams. So these units cancel. I know for sure my answer is going to be in nanograms because that's the top unit over here. If I do the math, and I know this is going to seem crazy, what I want you to do is multiply the top first. If you multiply the top first, you should get 5.27 times 10 to the minus 10. And then you're going to divide that number by 10 to the minus 9 to give you an answer of 0.527 nanograms. So always multiply the tops first and then divide by the bottom. And that's what you should get. I'm going to post this on Canvas. Please let me know if you still don't understand after this. Again, in class, we're going to be practicing. I'm going to post some extra practice on Canvas. So if you want to look at that, I highly recommend that. The practice I'm going to put on is real-time updated. So that means if you put the answer in, it will tell you if it's wrong or right. And just continue to practice this. Again, all we're doing is canceling out units. And I did that with different colors to show you how I went from one to the other. Okay, let me know what you think.